It's lunchtime yoga, and we're going to start today with a little heart opener to bring your shoulders back and open up across the front of your chest. So maybe some of you have been working this morning over your computer or your garden, your Kindles. We're going to take a blanket, and you can roll it or fold it. I've sort of done a combination of that. So you can take a blanket. If you want a really high lift, you could roll it. If you don't want it so high, fold it a little bit. And you're going to put that under your upper back. So right around where your scapula end, your shoulder blades, and bring your head and arms onto one side of the blanket and the rest of your body to the other side. And if that does not feel good to your shoulders to have your arms open, you could take them bent and slide your elbows down a little bit. So. And once you get there, you can allow your knees to be bent with your feet on the floor. So normally if we were in class, I would come around and check on the placement of your blankets. But most of you, I can't see you anymore, but your knees. So if you feel that this is in an awkward place and your back doesn't appreciate this, move. If it doesn't feel right at all to have a blanket under your shoulder blades, don't put it there. Just take it out and lie on your back instead. That will work just fine. Once you get here, breathing in and out into the front of your ribs. Opening up through your heart. As you inhale, invite space between each of your ribs. Open your mouth to release, big sigh. Feel yourself melt down into the thickness of your blanket. You can begin to experiment tipping your head to one side and the other, very gently rolling across. And now we're going to begin to come off of our blanket. So let's everyone roll to your right side. You can drag that blanket out from underneath you so you're lying on your right side without a blanket. And let's stack up our body as if we're in a straight back chair with your feet on the floor under your knees out in front of your hips, and you're lying down on your right side with your right arm extended out. And you can put your left fingertips tented on the floor in front of you and your elbow up toward the ceiling. So while you're stacked here, we want to try to stack the shoulders on top of each other, the hips on top of each other, as if you were up against a wall. Then we'll lift your upper leg. So if you're lying on your right side, it should be your left leg. So your knees are bent, lift your leg up, and then lower it back down. So this will be lower level here. If you want to take the weight of your leg up and down. If you want to add a little bit more interesting, you could put your left hand on top of your thigh and add resistance as you lift your leg up. Then let go of the resistance as you lower your leg down. Try that a couple of times. So adding resistance up, no resistance down. Then let's do that in reverse. No resistance as you lift up, then resist as you lower down. And go in reverse. No resistance as you lift up, and resistance as you lower down. Do that twice more. One more. All right, so let go of that. Take your right fingers to the floor again, tented in front of you. This time we're going to straighten the leg out perpendicular to your torso, so you'll kick it out in front of you, so your top leg is extended directly out in front of your body. Then we'll lift and lower the straight leg up and down. So we don't want to rotate the leg, so try to lift from the heel or your ankle, not your big toe. And we want to keep the hips stacked as best we can. You can add a little more spice by adding that resistance if you want to. Just take care you don't tip over to the back in your pelvis. If you're adding resistance, try a couple resisting going up and a couple resisting coming down. All right, just a little extra fun for our knees and our hips, our hips here for sitting in the chair. All right, so once you've done that a couple times, bend your knees again. And we're gonna roll over onto the back, lift both knees up so your feet come to the floor, then open your knees wide and bring the soles of your feet together. While you're here on your back, feet are together, knees are open wide. Lift both of your arms straight up toward the ceiling, palms face each other. Then from here, touch your palms together, bend your elbows so your thumbs come and touch your forehead, and try to squeeze your elbows together. Now lift your elbows toward the ceiling, open up across your upper back. One more big breath, open your upper back. Exhale, release, arms let go by your sides. Bring your knees up together and your feet to the floor. You can let go of your arms. Then roll onto your left side and we'll try this again. So same thing on your other side. I'm going to turn around so I can still see you and the camera. We're going to do the same thing, so if you don't need to look at me, you don't have to flip over. So you should be lying on your left side. Your left arm can be extended, or you can prop your head if you feel more comfortable with your arms stacked up. Now, we started out as if we're sitting in a straight back chair, right? You've got a long torso, knees are in front of your hips, and ankles are below your knees. Okay, so you're making 90-degree angle. Then we'll start with that lift and lower of your bent leg, lift and lower. Your right fingertips can come to the floor. Or if you want to add some more heat, you could put your hand on the top of your thigh, add pressure as you lift your leg, then release as you lower your leg. Just an option if you want to add a little more. So this is definitely strengthening for the outer hip. Right? We talk a lot about stretching the hips, but sometimes we forget we need to strengthen them first. So if you're adding pressure, resist that, reverse that. No pressure as you go up, then pressure as you come down. All right. Okay, so we'll change this up and we'll straighten out the right leg. Kick it out the front so your straight leg is perpendicular to your torso. Left fingers can be on the floor as you lift and lower, or you can add some pressure with your hand on your thigh. Okay, so you're lying on your side. You're lifting your straight leg up from the heel or the ankle. Add pressure if you want to. A couple times in each direction. Resistance as you go up, none as you go down, and then in reverse, resist only on the way down. Okay? All done. Let's release that. Flip again onto your back. Legs go, feet together and knees open. Once you're here, we're going to stretch out the arms again, but this time let's try eagle arms. So reach your fingers up toward the ceiling and cross over, it doesn't matter which one one arm over the other, wrap them around, and see if you can figure out eagle arms while you're lying on your back. From here, we're going to try to press the elbows upward toward the ceiling. Try to lift your thumbs away from your face. Breathe in into your upper back. So eagle arms, if that doesn't work for you, take your hands and wrap them around like you're giving yourself a big hug. On your next inhale, release your arms, open them up wide, and we'll take that stretch the other direction. Whatever arm you had on top, try the other one. Place the other arm on top. Lift your elbows toward the ceiling. Take your thumbs away from your forehead. Inhale into your back. As you inhale, release, arms come open wide, feet to the floor. Pull your knees to your chest and give yourself a rounding squeeze. Knees come in, chin to chest. Maybe lift your head and shoulders off the floor. And let's begin to roll forward and backward. So how much of this rolling can you do from your core? Let's try to get less grip with our arms and try to make more of this rolling action happen from our core, and we'll hover in boat pose at the top of each roll. Don't forget your breathing here. All right, the next time you come to boat pose, stay up wherever you are. So remember, you can hold on for dear life, hold your hands under your knees, keep your shoulders broad. If you want to expand your arms, go right ahead. Same with your legs, yeah? You can straighten them or not. That's completely up to you. Feel the breath opening through the front and the back. One more. And release. Let's come to butterfly again. Feet together, knees open wide. Okay, from butterfly, let's circle the torso around our hips, rotating around. Now, I want you to make this rotation happen from your lower abdominal muscles. So can you find that action and pull yourself around with your lower abdominals and your side waist? Yeah, and go in reverse. Really slow and deliberate, like you're scraping that last bit of batter out of the bowl. You've been baking this week, I know. Okay, let's fold forward. Take a full breath in. Broaden your shoulders. Exhale, tip forward, nice and long, over the front of your feet. So we're going to pull from the sternum, right? Take care you're not dropping from the center of your forehead. You're instead lowering from the lower ribs first, then the sternum, then the forehead. Release as you rise up. Bring your knees up again and extend your legs out the front. Give them a good shake out. Okay, bend your left leg, foot on the floor. Extend your opposite right leg out the front. Rotate your shoulders left. Take a hold of your knee with your right arm. Left fingertips can come to the floor behind or beside you. Rotating into this side twist. So let's make this strong in our core. How much can you release the pressure on your arms and take that power with the center of your body instead? Float your left arm up. Inhale back to the center. Both legs go straight, arms overhead. Exhale, tip forward towards forward fold. Lower your hands and lengthen your spine, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, lean back so your arms reach behind you, and we're gonna take reverse plank or tabletop, okay? So your choice. I like to have my fingers pointing out to the side. It's softer on my wrists. I'm gonna press into my fingers. As you lift your heart and sternum, broaden your shoulders. If you're going for plank, legs stay straight, hips lift up, really squeeze from your tush and push through your tailbone, up, up, up. Knees can be bent with feet to the floor. That works also. Keep breathing. Keep opening your heart. Exhale, release. Hips come down, legs extend. Shake them out, and we'll try that twist on the other side. So we start with bending the right leg. Rotate shoulders right, and take a hold of your leg with your opposite left arm. The right fingers are going to reach behind or beside you. And you can gaze wherever it's comfortable for your neck. And again, let's see how much of this twist we can make happen from the torso instead of our arms. We don't want to press and pull with our arms. This time I want you to see if you can find the twist right in the middle of your body. I just saw a beautiful red cardinal out the window. Hi, friend. Back to center. Inhale. All the way around the front, both legs go straight. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, lean forward, reaching out from your sternum. Once you can't lean anymore, lower your hands down and drop from here. Inhale, lifting up. Okay, let's come on to hands and knees, please. Once you get settled with wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, move through your cat and cow. I really want you to find the front of your belly on this one. So working through cat and cow, but take notice the abdominals and how strong they're working here. One more. Okay, release to neutral, and we're going to take a barrel roll of our abdomen. So imagine you have a beautiful orb of light under your belly, and you want to take your torso up and over and down and under. Rolling your body around this orb of light, activating from the abdominals. And reverse. How is this action similar to when we made circles sitting upright? Okay, back to neutral. Let's add a twist here. Extend your right leg out to the right. Extend your right arm also to the right. Turn your body open, twisting right, reaching your fingers up toward the sky. And release, come back down. Let's change sides right away. Extend out your opposite leg, opposite arm. Turn your ribs. Big full breaths here, opening to the opposite side. Exhale, release to tabletop. Walk your hands forward a bit, downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, press back. If downward dog is not in your practice, stick with tabletop or puppy dog with your hips above your knees, arms extended, forehead and or forearms to the floor. If you're in downward dog, pedal your feet, really stretch through the Achilles, the calf. And then I invite you to deepen it even more and press one knee bent and really sit into that hip, maybe to the outside edge of that hip. And stretch over to the other side as well. Okay, we're going to twist this downward dog, so step your feet a little wider and a bit closer to your hands. So you make a really short downward dog. Then let's take a twist. Your right hand is going to go across to your opposite ankle. Twist your torso, looking out under that armpit, turning your chest, drop one shoulder. Keep lifting up from your hips though. Don't forget to lift high. Yeah. If you don't reach your ankle, that's fine. Go for your knee or your calf. Now let's go back to center. Other side. Reaching across. Twist here. Really drop your shoulder and lift the other one. When we twist, we go for sort of turning the torso opposite the pelvis, right? So see if you can bring that deeper twist here. Inhale, releasing downward dog. Let's come into plank as you inhale. Bring your body nice and long. Feel free to put your knees on the floor or not. Broaden your shoulders. Open your heart. Lift your belly. Tuck your tail just a little bit. Squeeze in. Down dog again. Press back. All right. Let's slowly walk forward. So we come to standing forward fold. Take one step and then bring your other foot to match. Then do it with the other one. Take one step and bring your other foot to match. Really slowly, like you're doing one of those old-fashioned wedding march steps where you take one foot and you step together. One foot and step together. And eventually you end up at the front of your mat. Really stretching into those hamstrings. Once you get into the front of your mat, standing forward fold, hang yourself over your legs. Gracious bend in your knees. Allow yourself to drape and hang over. And once you get here, let's sway the hips side to side, stretching into each hip. Okay, come to stillness. Bend your knees deeply, round your back, and roll all the way to standing. Arms extend out and overhead. Reach to the sky. Palms touch. Come down to your heart. So we'll take a variation of a sun salutation today. We're not going to go down through plank to the floor. We're going to stay up a little bit. So inhale, arms to the sky. Reach high. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive. Half lift, extend your ribs forward, tailbone back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, hands come to the ground, right leg steps all the way back. Low lunge, drop your knee. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus your elbows, open your chest. Inhale, reach arms up again. Exhale, hands down, downward dog, step back. Breathe in and out here. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right leg is going to reach up. Exhale, step forward between your hands. Lunge again. Drop your other knee. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Inhale, reach up. Forward fold. Exhale, hands come down as you step together. Half lift. Open your heart. Exhale, fold. All the way lifting up to the sky, reaching out and up high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's repeat on the other side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, coming down to forward fold. Half lift. Drag your chest forward. Exhale, fold, bend your knees. Left leg steps back, drop the knee. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, cactus your elbows open. Inhale, reach up. Downward dog, step back. Breathe in and out here. Left leg reaches to three-legged dog. Exhale, step forward as you drop your knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Inhale, reach up again. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift, drag your heart forward. Exhale, fold. All the way up, inhale, reach to the sky. Hands to heart, exhale. Let's go through that again, once more on each side. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, right leg step back, drop your knee, or not, your choice. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus open. Inhale, lift your arms. Downward dog, step back. Pause and breathe. Right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through. Lower your other knee or not. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms lift. Forward fold. Exhale. Half lift. Fold. Exhale. All the way lift. Hands to heart. Exhale. One more side. Inhale, arms lift. Forward fold. Exhale. Half lift. Inhale. Left leg steps all the way back. Drop your knee. Arms reach up. Exhale. Downward dog. Stay and breathe. Left leg reaches up to inhale, three-legged dog. Step forward as you exhale, drop your other knee. Inhale, arms reach. Forward fold, exhale. Half lift. Fold it down. All the way up. Hands to your heart, exhale. Pause here and breathe. One more inhale. Release your hands as you exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Reach your arms up as you sit back. Inhale, open your arms wide out to the side, then bring them forward in front of your heart. Flip your palms to face the ceiling. Exhale, squeeze your palms and pull your elbows back by your sides. Inhale, reach forward, palms face up. Exhale, squeeze, elbows by your side. Twice more. Inhale, reach. Keep sitting low. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull back in. Inhale, stand tall all the way up. Lower your left arm, tip to the left. Exhale. Pause here, breathe. One more. Come back up. Inhale, rise. Trade arms, right arm drops. Exhale, tip left. Pause and breathe. Inhale, lift up again. Fold forward all the way down. Half lift, rise. Downward dog, step back. Right leg, three-legged dog, lift it up. This time, step the right foot to the outside of your right wrist. Now we're going to come into a wide twist here. So take your left fingertips tented off to the left side of your mat, off on the floor. Then turn your heart to the opposite, toward the right, towards your knee, and reach that right fingers up toward the sky. And you might even tip back a little bit, leaning your heart open. So of course, if you want to drop your left knee to the floor, by all means. If you want to put your whole palm down or put it on a block, go right ahead. Can you allow space between your shoulders and your ears? Open to the sunshine a little bit bigger. Exhale, palms return to the floor. And this time, instead of coming back to downward dog, we're going to move into Skandasana. So you'll rotate your right foot and rotate your body to the left. So you come down to sit in a squat. All right, so your right knee is bent, your left leg is out extended. If your body doesn't make it all the way to the floor, that is fine. You could get yourself a little lily pad of a block to sit on if that feels better. Challenge here to tighten up your thigh, press your heel to the floor, and raise your heart open and tall. Just the option. If that doesn't work for you, you can sit on your block. All right, we're going back where we came from, hands to the floor, downward dog. Rotate it back all the way. Same leg, reach your right leg up to the sky for three-legged dog. This time, bend your knee, twist your hips open, and draw a circle with the tip of your knee in the air. Reverse. Release to downward dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet, standing forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way lifting to the sky. Hands to your heart, exhale. Inhale, arms reach up. Swan dive, forward fold. Exhale. Hands walk forward. Find yourself in downward dog once again. Now the left leg will come to three-legged dog. Reach up high. Step your left foot to the outside of your left wrist. Walk your right fingertips out wide beside your mat. Turn your chest left. Reach your left arm to the sky. Open your heart into a tiny back bend here, perhaps. So remember, make this fit your body. If you want to drop your right knee, go ahead. If you want to put your whole hand flat on the floor, go ahead, or put it on a block. Open your heart. Make space between your elbows. No, those are shoulders. Your shoulders and your ears. One more big breath in. Exhale, release. Hands come to the floor. Now, once again, we're going to turn the foot towards the side of the mat and have a seat for Skandasana. Coming down. So your left foot is on the floor, knee is bent, right leg is extended out straight. So whatever leg you didn't already use, try the other one. Again, this is just the option. This comes into the inner groin as well as the hamstrings here. So if you have a block nearby, you could sit up high on it. If your foot does not come flat, that's fine too. Blocks under hands will work. All right, we're going back where we came from, downward dog. Walk your hands toward the front, step back. Once again, left leg reaches high to the sky for a three-legged dog. Bend your knee, twist your hips open, and draw a circle with your knee in space. Reverse direction. And untwist to downward dog. Walk your hands backward to your feet. Hang in forward fold. If you would like, instead of forward fold, if you want to bend your knees and come into a yogi squat, go right ahead. Getting out of the hamstrings for a moment and getting into your groin, that will work too. If you're in a squat, let's go back to forward fold. Straighten up those legs. Drop your head and chest downward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees deeply, chair pose. Inhale, heart and arms rise up. Exhale, settle. One more breath in. Cactus your elbows as you exhale. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Inhale, reach up. Cactus elbows. One more time, reach up. Cactus elbows. Let's stand all the way up this time. Reach to the sky and let go your arms down by your sides. Shake it out. Okay, while we're here, let's circle the ankle. So drop the top of one foot to the floor and circle your ankles around. Both directions a few times. Notice if your breathing has gotten a little shallow and try to slow it down. Bend your toes forward and backward. Now we're going to add a balance here, and we're going to come into figure four. So whatever leg you've been messing around with here with your ankle, kick it forward, straight, ankle is flexed. Now you'll cross that ankle over your other knee, making standing figure four. Bend your leg, coming into chair pose with that standing leg. Very nice. Now, of course, you're at home, not in the studio, so go grab a chair if you need. Go stand next to the wall. You should have some space. Grab a piece of furniture, another human who's in your house. Now, let's see if we can add eagle arms here. So whatever leg is on top, put that opposite arm on the top and make eagle out of your arms. Just an idea. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it makes you laugh and fall over. That's okay. Come on back when you're ready. Keep breathing. Can you sit a little deeper? All right, let's go back the way we came from. Let go of your arms. Stand tall. Extend your leg out the front. Release it and let it go. Nice work, everybody. Were you holding your breath? I hope not. Let's try it on the other side. So take your other foot top to the floor. Circle your ankle. Reverse direction. Now that you know where we're going, if you want to go and get a balance assist, go ahead and grab a chair and bring it back, or go stand near the wall. Bend your toes forward and backward. Okay, get steady on that base leg and kick your flying leg forward with a flexed ankle. From there, cross your ankle over your other knee, making a standing figure four. Now bend your standing leg, tailbone pulls toward the back of your mat. Take care you sit back, 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 like there's a lovely ottoman back there you want to sit on. Now let's try option eagle arms, right? So whatever leg is on top, that opposite arm is going to go on top. And either give yourself a big hug or wrap the backs of your arms together or all the way around to your palms. See if you can open, push those elbows forward, really open your upper back. Here we go in reverse. Let go of your hands. Standing up, extend your leg and release. Okay, fabulous everybody. Let's take a wide leg stance for goddess pose or horse. We're going to take this stretch in the opposite direction. So, toes point angled out to the side. Drop into a bent knee. Tailbone drops down. Take care you don't let your tail pop out the back. Sit as low as you'd like, and we'll take cactus elbows. So notice if you have a little sway in your back. Notice if your tush is poked out the back and really pull it forward. Now, option again with the arms. Maybe here's a better place for eagle than it was the last time. You could bring your forearms to touch in front of you and press them forward. Maybe that's fine. Maybe you want to give yourself a hug. Breathe deeply. One more. And release, arms all the way up. Parallel your feet. Wide leg forward fold. Open up. Tip forward. Drop in. Let your hands come to some blocks or a chair or the floor. Notice where the weight has landed in your body. We want to bring the weight toward the center or the front of the foot and keep the outside edge pressure, lifting the inner arch. One more breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, lift from your head all the way to standing and heel toe your feet together. Okay. All right, come again to the front of your mat. We're going to make our way back. For one more exercise, we're going to go through a lizard lunge with a twist again. So inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Heart lifts halfway up. Step your right leg to the back, way back. Now let's take the left leg and we're going to move it to the outside of your left hand. Drop your right knee down to the ground. From here, let's take the left knee and rotate the foot so it angles out to the side, maybe 10 o'clock, and then drop your knee to the side as well. You'll come onto the side blade edge of your foot. Now I'm going to take my opposite right arm off the side of my mat. Put my left hand on top of my knee and rotate my heart open to the left. So, see if you can, instead of pushing your knee down with your hand, see if you can pull your knee away from your hand as if they're opposite magnets. I guess that would be same side magnets, right? So your knee's trying to escape your hand. Maybe add a tiny bit of a heart opening back bend here. And release back to the center. Okay, place your hands under your shoulders. Now, what we're going to do here is Hanumanasana, but we're going to take the leg wide. So as you pull your hips back, straighten your left leg forward toward the front corner of your mat. So instead of coming directly forward of your hip, it's going to angle out a bit toward the front corner. And then pull your hips back toward your back knee, or slide your foot forward as much as feels good. So I really want you to get into not only the hamstrings, but a bit of the inner thigh here. Can you drag back a little on that left hip? Heel is to the floor, pull it back a bit. And release. Swing your left leg out to the left side so that your body is in tabletop, but your left leg is extended directly out to the left side. All right. Then from here, we're going to try a little outer hip strength again, and you'll lift your leg up from the ankle. See if you can lift it up and down from the side. You'll have to shift your weight a little bit forward. Hands are on the floor under your shoulders. Lift and lower that leg. That should be about enough of that. And then return both knees to the floor so you're in tabletop. And we'll sit in child's pose. Widen your knees, pull your hips back, and rest down. Child's pose variation, of course, anything that works for your body. Belly flop is always a nice alternative for the knees. Resting on your belly with your hands stacked under your shoulders. Take this time to slow the rhythm of your breath. Big, deep ujjayi exhalations through your nose. Now we're going to stretch the outside of that hip. So bring your knees a little closer together. Shift your hips left. Walk your hands right. Stretch out into the side of your left hip. One more breath. Inhale, walk your hands center and forward. Find your way into downward dog for a moment. Then we're going to take that lunge with the opposite foot in the front. So whatever leg you didn't already use, maybe it's your right leg, is coming forward. And it's going to come to the outside of your wrist. Yeah. So take your left fingertips off to the side. Make a tent out of your hand. Rotate your foot ever so slightly pointed out. And as you roll, drop the knee and roll onto the outer edge of your foot here. Your right hand comes to your knee, turn your heart toward the right, and maybe take a tiny bit of an upper back bend here, laying back into that shape. So this might be more accessible to you to have a nice tall block under your hand. Okay, that's might be a good place for you to be in. Knee can be bent on the floor behind you or straight. They both work nicely. And as you inhale, unwind to the front. Bring your hands under your shoulders, and we'll take that half split. Pull your hips back, but keep your right leg reaching toward the front corner of your mat so that you're sort of in a wide leg stretch. So drag back your right hip crease so you can stay level in your hips. Blocks can be helpful here. Yeah, Hanumanasana is challenging for a lot of us. The floor is just too far away. Deep hamstring stretch. Getting into a little bit of the groin here, coming out to the side. All right, ready for that side hip lift. Hands go under shoulders. Swing your right leg out to the right side. So you're in tabletop, but your right leg is out to the right. Then we're going to settle into the hands and the top of your left foot. Lift your ankle up and down. Side leg lift. All right, one more and then we're all done. Release to child's pose or any comfortable shape that feels good to your body. If child's pose is not your friend, your knees don't like that, that is fine. Rest on your belly instead, maybe taking hands under your forehead. Deep breaths again. Settle. Now we're going to take that into a side stretch. Bring your thighs a little closer to each other. Shift your hips off to the right and walk your arms over to the left. Really look for the stretch in the side of your hip, that area where we were lifting the leg from. Scooch around until you can find just the best place to stretch out that area. And release, coming back through the center. Shift off to one side and bring your legs out the front. Okay, straight legs, give them a shake and give your knees a little love. We did a decent amount on our knees there. Okay, so let's try fire logs. Also not a favorite of my knee challenged friends. It's not one of my favorites either, but we can have some tools with us. A blanket or a block or a pillow can be really helpful to fire logs. So what we'll do is we'll try to stack the ankles and the knees on top of each other. Okay, so we want to get the bony part of the ankle to land on the fleshy part of the underside knee. Okay, so that's awkward, right? It's really awkward. And you might need to lift your hips and try to re-flatten them in the back so that your shins are stacked one on top of the other. And a lot of us, this leaves a good deal of space between the top knee and the bottom ankle. If that's the case, get yourself a little tool, a block or something to put under that top knee. And what we're going to do from here, instead of leaning forward, we're going to lean backward. So you can tent your fingertips out to the side, or you can come flat on your hands. Try to press the feet and the knees down. By leaning back, you'll give your hips more space to access this stretch. Now for fun, let's add boat pose as we switch over to the other side. So release, the knees come up. And then we'll cross the legs the other way, opposite shin on the top. And remember, we're trying to get the bony ankle onto the fleshy knee. Okay. Fleshy knee. I don't think anyone's ever said that before. Okay, so you're trying to stack the legs on top of each other. I know it doesn't really work for a lot of us. The knee might be really high, and you could bring a block underneath that top leg to help it support itself. Lean back and give your hips some space. Keep your heart open as if you were doing cobra. Really broaden across your shoulders. Press your feet and knees downward. One more big breath. Exhale, release. Uncurl your legs and scoop your knees into yourself. Give yourself a hug. So you can take one more core balance challenge by hovering on your tush with your feet in space, or put your feet on the floor and give yourself a hug. They both work. Give yourself a squeeze. Open your back body. All right. Let's come down to the floor. On your back. Once you get down here, feet go under your knees. Broaden your shoulders. Extend one or both feet toward the ceiling. You can take one at a time or both together. That's up to you. And have a look at the shape of your sole of your foot. Try to get the whole sole of your foot to land equally on the ceiling. Now coming to happy baby, you can choose one knee at a time or both. Bend your knees toward your armpits, nice and wide. Soles of your feet toward the ceiling. Tailbone toward the floor. Really extend your spine and press your tail down into the floor as if it were a chute looking for the ground, coming out of an acorn seed. One more breath in. Big sigh out as you release your feet to the floor. Twisting, move your hips right. Bring your knees in and across left. Inhale as you return to your back, feet to the floor. Shift your hips to the other side. Pull your knees in. Exhale, drop them across, twist. Inhale, return to your back. Any final stretches or movements that you would like to take during your lunchtime stretch? If you're close to a wall or if you have a chair nearby, go ahead and drag your chair over. You could put your legs up on top of your chair and drop back for a modified version of legs up the wall. As your breath deepens, allow your body to drop into the floor, through the floor into the earth. In the interest of time, if you would like to spend more time here in Shavasana, please, by all means, allow yourself to continue resting here on the ground. If you're ready to come back with me, bring small movements into hands and feet. Extend arms and legs long. Blink your eyes open as you bring your knees to your chest, rolling to your side, and pressing up to a comfortable seat. Once you settle upright, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Inhaling, lift your heart into your thumbs. Exhale, lower your chin toward your fingertips. Inhaling, lift your hands and face to the sky. Exhale, open wide and shine your heart energy out into the world around you. Palms return in front of your heart. Deep breath in. Big sigh out. I'll invite you to join me in closing this practice with one Om together. Take a deep breath in. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Namaste.